Hello, it's Mama Jess here. The day is winding down. I've got a fire going right here. And I got my umbrella set up right here. You might wonder why. Well, I've been at this campsite for 2 nights now by myself. It's been nice, though it is kind of scary when you're by yourself in a campground when there are the possibility of bears coming around. But there was a couple that showed up and another couple, so I thought this is great. You know, there's going to be people here. It's not going to be there'll be an element of safety. But in my field of view, as I'm like looking out, as I've been looking out for the last 2 days over the campground, it's just beautiful. You know, the picnic table is situated where I'm looking out over it. Now she's laying on the picnic table, kind of like in these sexy poses, and he's taking pictures of her. Thank goodness it's not super hot out and she's not in a bikini or less. But then they kind of started making out. And I just situated the picnic table. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to see this. And I put up an umbrella. So, because sometimes when you're out, you're just kind of like, you know, scanning back and forth. And you don't mean to like, oh, sorry, excuse me, you're making out. Sorry, I don't mean looking at you while you're making out. So, everything you wish your mother told you. This is a maternal voice that says, if you are going to go camping or be out in public at all, it is inappropriate to be taking like sexy photos and making out. Okay, so if you have to do that, just go in the tent. Nobody wants to see it. If you want to just do like a gentle hug and a slight little, you know, non-sensual kiss, that's fine, but people do not want to see your sexual activity, whatever spectrum it's on. Like, we don't want to see it. Yeah, I guess that's, I mean, ultimately, you know, what I believe is that you should have some self-respect and wait until you're married to do any of that stuff. Because nowadays it's so cheap and easy and it's desecrated beyond comprehension. So I am definitely of the mind. I mean, this is scriptural also. I mean, it's a sin to fornicate. It's a sin to have sex before you're married. And I know people can justify all kinds of things and say, well, it's not sex, we're doing other stuff. And I'm saying you shouldn't be doing any of that stuff. And don't worry, older people are not idiots. They know what's going on. So you shouldn't be doing that. You should not be giving yourself away to someone who does not love you, because love is patient. Love will wait, and love will be faithful and committed to you for the rest of your life. All this other stuff is just selfish, lusty, greedy, groping crap. And so for the sons and daughters, I don't want you to be around people like that. I don't want you to be giving yourself to someone like that. So I'm sitting out here in this beautiful campground trying to rest my body and soul before I have to go and deal with a big move away from an abusive environment. And I'm just wanting to tell you a lesson, like, don't be making out in public squares. Okay, don't be making out on a campground, on the picnic table. I can't even believe I have to be saying these things. And don't be taking like goofy, like sensual photos, like where the girl's just kind of doing her thing and doing all this like sexy stuff and the blanket's all wrapped sexy. Like, just don't do it. You're in the public. Somewhere we have lost sight of the difference between public and private, and young people are so exploitive. They're exploiting themselves endlessly, and I don't want you to do that. So just be private about it if you have to do it for whatever reason, but otherwise you shouldn't even be doing that at all. You should be like, if you're dating someone, practice, I don't know, starting fires with a bow, whatever they call it, a fire, or like do something else. Practice your bowline knot, or do something cool. Practice tying up a clothesline. Go do a cold plunge. You know, just whittle wood together. Like, do things that are wholesome and skill-based and interesting, and keep all that stuff for later. Honor it and make it special. you know. Don't just make it a gutter experience like so many people do. All right, so I'm thinking about you guys, and yeah. Yeah, don't make out on picnic tables in public. Thanks. All right, I'll talk with you soon. Bye bye.